Hey everybody, this is Susanna Wise, a commercial real estate photographer in the DFW area. Anyway, I made two other videos and they're rough, so sorry about that. If you haven't seen them yet, I'll link them up here or they're going to be in a playlist. Either way, this video I'm going to be talking about the gear that I use. I am not a gearhead. This is just what I use, just so you kind of have a basic understanding of what I'm looking for in my gear. But other than that, I would do your own research and find gear that works best for you. I will say, you don't need to get new gear. It's probably not the best idea, honestly. So I just started using MPB, like that's a M as in Mumford and Sons, MPB, and I'll link them below. But yeah, their website looks great. Hopefully, when I get my gear, it's gonna be great. But it's a used online used gear store, so I suggest you look into them. But yeah, you don't need to get brand new gear. It's too expensive and you're going to eat that cost of the new gear, the depreciation cost of it. So what I'm currently using is a Sony A7 III. The reason, honestly, it was just the camera like 2 years ago that I could afford. But I like it. I mean, it does what I need it to do. It has a full frame, and I'm not 100% sure on the stats. You'd have to go ahead and Google that. But I'm pretty sure it's a 24 megapixel, which is fine for what I need it for. Full frame is the biggest selling point for me, and it shoots raw files, so that's important. And then I just got this lens, but I've used it for a while from, I don't know if you have an Aperture Rent, but they're great. Just I would suggest, honestly, just if you have the money to spend trying out gear, I would do that. So I've tried this lens out many a time and finally found it on, I think, Adorama or B&H. I can't remember which one I got it from, but either way, I like it. It has autofocus and manual, of course. It's really very smooth as far as like the focus goes. It is a 14 to 24, and then 2.8 Sigma lens. So it is gonna have when you're like wide open at 14. It's there's going to be a lot of distortion, so you will have to keep that in mind. But for commercial real estate, you're trying to get really wide for not all the shots, but a lot of the shots, or you need at least the capability. And so it works great for me. But yeah, sticking with something, if you're uncropped, then you'd want to go 12 at the widest. Again, I'm not a gearhead, so I forget the terminology sometimes. But 12 millimeter, if you're on a crop sensor, I would say is ideal. And the 24 should probably be fine too. But yeah, as long as you're getting 12 on crop, that's fine. But again, if you have, man, I'm repeating myself a lot. I'll get better, I promise. A full frame 14, nice and wide. And then as far as like the settings go, I'm just gonna set that down. As far as the settings go, I do F8 just to make sure I get everything in focus. If you really want to make sure you get everything in focus, you can go above that, but I don't shoot with flash, and it hinders me if I shoot anything above F8 because I just don't have enough light, and then I have to compensate with my ISO. This camera does fairly well on ISO. I shoot everything in RAW, just as a note, always shoot stuff in RAW. It just gives you more data to work with. But yeah, what was I saying? F8, and then I do HDR. I mentioned that in my first video. So it's just high dynamic range. So the settings, I don't have them off the top of my head right now. I'll change the setting to do a bracket medium exposure, 2 below, and then 2 above. So 2 underexposed, 2 overexposed, and that should give me a good enough range to put it when I put it in Lightroom and blend all the images together. It gives me enough dynamic range. So that's what I do. Again, I don't do flash. It just is too much of a pain for me. And then ISO, I try to keep it low, 100, 200. But if I can't, then I will go up from there. Especially if I'm outside. I shoot manual for outside and do continuous f8 again just to make sure I get everything in focus, and ISO as I need to. Shutter speed, I'll keep that fairly fast. At least I don't like to go below 125, but if you have a tripod when you're outside, I don't always have that during the day because I just feel like that's overkill. But at twilight, then I go to HDR, so I'll have a tripod. Oh yeah, interiors, always have a tripod because again, we're doing the exposures and you don't want anything to move. Along with interiors, I just got this neat little gear, dude. It was not used. I don't think it was used, but I really like it. I haven't used it yet. But it's just another way for me to attach my external monitor, which I highly suggest if you have an A7 III. The back screen is just not great. I mean, it's small, and then the screen kind of sucks. So I suggest getting an external monitor. Yeah, and then a way to attach it. What I ordered from MPB is a new monitor. This one's the OC, almost whacked myself in the face. The OC, I don't know what the model is. It's fine. It was like $120. It's just not great quality, but it's better than nothing. So sometimes you gotta, stick with what you can. But what I am getting is, I can't remember it. I'll have to do an updated video on that, but I'm getting a nicer one, and it has like touch screen and whatnot. So I'll let you know when I get that, if I like it or not. Again, I just want to be able to see, is my image straight? Is everything in focus? And so that's why I like an external monitor. I use that for twilight and for interiors, but technically you could, shoot with it during daytime exteriors as well. I don't know, it just gets kind of heavy for me. And if I can stick my head through the viewfinder, then I can, view the photos just fine. What else? Oh yeah, so as far as like software goes, I have I think $10 a month Adobe photography subscription. I use Lightroom and Photoshop a lot. And I'll have to do a video on like how I do post-processing. Everybody's different. I'm sorry if I'm not amazing to you, but whatever. I'll show you my process. And that should get you through everything. And then I use Shootproof for my the gallery, I guess, so my clients can go favorite them, and it works just fine. Again, not a gearhead, but that all works fine for me. Capture One, I'm not too familiar with it, but I know that for like professionals that are more professional than me, they use Capture One instead of Lightroom, but they still use Photoshop. That's just based off of my basic understanding, so that works well too. I think that's it as far as gear goes. Forgot about the drone. I'll get into that one second. I'd get at least 3 batteries. For this camera, I find that the batteries last a long time, so I can get through a 6-hour shoot on like 1.5 batteries. But it's good to have a third. Anyway, the drone that I use, pardon me, is the Mavic Air 2. Took me a second. And it works just fine for what I need. If you're shooting in RAW plus JPEG, I don't think there's just a RAW, whatever setting, RAW plus JPEG. It works great. Yeah. I would just say, like, I have a case back there. I had 4 batteries. Ideally, 4 batteries are good. 3 is what I have right now because one of my batteries started expanding because it got too hot, and that's not good. Anywho, this is just the basic controller that it comes with. I wish I had one of the fancier ones, but I don't right now. I'm just not in a place to buy all the gear at the moment. But it works fine. You just attach your phone to it. And then I mentioned in one of the videos to have a light for twilights, and it just like blinks. So anyway, FAA requires it, so you need to have it. And then, oh no, it's been sitting wrong. It works fine. Hopefully that was useful at some level. If not, disregard this video. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them down below. And with that, peace.